Good afternoon. We are dealing with the part the murder in the cathedral. In the same connection, we have to see Eliot's theory and practice of poetic drama. Eliot's genius was essentially dramatic, and there is a strong element of drama even in his poetry. With the passing of time, the dramatic bent of his genius led him to concentrate all his attention on poetic drama. The greatness of Eliot as a dramatist may be on poetic drama or question, but there can be no denying the significance and the value of his view on poetic drama. His views on poetic drama are entertained largely in essays like the four Elizabethan dramatists, a dialogue on dramatic poetry, rhetoric and poetic drama, and poetry and drama. In order to understand his theory of poetic drama, it is essential to examine critically the views expressed by him in his essay, A Dialogue on Dramatic Poetry. A dialogue on dramatic poetry was written in 1929 when Eliot was still feeling his way, so the views expressed are only tentative. Nothing is asserted with any final. In his later essays, Eliot is more sure of himself and his views are expressed with greater self-confidence. The dialogue was written as a preface to Dryden's discussion of the subject in his essay on dramatic poetry, and its form was suggested by Dryden's essay. It is in the nature of discussion between the persons from A to G and E being Eliot himself. The form of the dialogue enables Eliot to discuss the problem of poetic drama. From the different angles, different points of view are given, discussed, and ultimately some sort of conscious arrived at. First, it is agreed thus that in the modern age, the problems of or the problems connected with the drama have become very complex, and so it is not possible today to frame and discuss laws of drama as it could be or could he done by Aristotle and Dryden. In their age, the problems were but so complex and varied. They had not to consider the relation of drama to politics and to religion and ethics. But it is modern age they must examine such relationships. Secondly, after much discussion, it is agreed that the aim of drama is not merely to provide amusement. Different dramatists may have different aims, but no dramatist can do without moral attitude. Next, the problem of form in drama comes in for discussion. If there is to be a future of poetic drama, some suitable form must be evolved. The ease of Russian ballet is cited. The ballet imposed order and pattern on the movement of the dancer. The ballet has a permanent form and the form arises out of system of physical training and highly skilled movements. In other words, it is a kind of liturgy. The drama had its origin in the liturgy of church. The mass is a small drama having all the unities and mass well performed gives a great dramatic satisfaction. The drama had its origin in the mass and it cannot afford to cut itself from the ritual and liturgy of church. It can gain strength and vitality by a return to its source. No drama can be substitute for religion, but its religious origin indicates the supreme importance of the moral or religious aim of the drama and of suitable form. The form of modern drama can be either prose or verse. It is generally supposed that verse is article and that the emotional range and realistic truth are circumscribed by verse. Such notions are wrong. The human soul, at moments of intense emotion, express itself in verse. Prose drama mergely emphasizes the ephemeral and the superficial. If we want the permanent and the universal, we must express ourselves in verse. Hence arises the need of poetic drama. This leads to discussion of the relation of the poetry and drama. William Archer, in his book on the Elizabethan dramatists, separated poetry and drama. He condemned the Elizabethan and Jacobean dramatists for mixing poetry and drama. This is wrong. Verse and drama are not two separate things. Verse is not something added to drama. All poetry leads towards drama and all dramas are towards the poetry. In a really creative work, poetry and drama are fused together. In moments of dramatic tension, poetry becomes important. The greatest drama is poetic drama, and dramatic defects can be compensated for by poetic excellence. Poetry is not mere embellishment of drama. Poetry and drama are the two aspects of one other and creative activity. Shakespeare's plays represents the complete fusion of two. His finest poetry is to be met in his most dramatic scenes. The real defect of Elizabethan and Jacobean dramatists is the absence of suitable dramatic conventions, and it is also the absence of artistic convention that comes in the way of poetic drama in the modern age. The modern world is chaotic and its lack of moral, social, and artistic conventions make the revival of poetic drama difficult. Another difficulty in the common belief that a nation cannot have two great periods of drama. The Elizabethan age was the great period of English drama, and so the to expect the greatness in the modern age is futile. However, the Iliad does not agree with such fatalistic view. The carving for poetic drama is permanent in human nature, and so its revival is possible in the modern age. The attempts made so far to revive poetic drama have failed either because the plays were written by poets who had no knowledge of the stage, or by those who knew the stage but were not poets. Poetic drama is possible, but it can be revived only when suitable dramatic conventions are evolved. First, they must have or must find a new form of verse which will be suitable for them as blank verse was for the Elizabethans. The dramatic convention of the units is highly desirable, for it makes for concentration and intensity. The unities do make for intensity, as does verse rhythm. Thus, the dialogue, the poets rejects the views that the verse drama is artificial and that it limits the first expression of emotion, rather, it expresses the permanent and the universal. Poetic drama is possible in the modern age only if we evolve suitable artistic conventions or the traditions. Then we have, after this, the rhetoric and the poetic drama. We will see it in short. In the modern age, rhetoric is one of the fashion. It is used as synonyms with the bad writing. The Elizabethan and the Jacobean plays are condemned as rhetorical. Thus, this is a mistake. We should first try to understand the exact meaning of the word rhetoric. The, the assumption that the rhetoric is only a fault of manner, a kind of mannerism, should be avoided. As a matter of fact, there is a rhetoric of substance as well as such rhetoric is not bad. This is some of the information related to the rhetoric and the poetic drama. Then the true rhetoric arises when there is an adaptation of manner to the infinite variety of our thoughts and feelings on a variety of subjects. We find such an adoption in Shakespeare, and hence we can say that he used rhetorical expression to this right way. On the other hand, Kidd and Marlowe are merely bombastic and dull, for they lack the ability to make such adaptation. The really fine rhetoric occurs in situations in which a character in the play sees himself in a dramatic light, or when some characters in the play sees the another character in dramatic light. Such is the short information of the poetic drama and the rhetoric or the poetics here. Then after, in addition to this one, we have Elizabethan dramatist Charles Lamb, William Archer, Swinburne, then possibility of poetic drama where the Charles Lamb is discussed, and poetry and the drama at last modern and the cathedral period. Here, such is the short information where Eliot's own practice as a verse dramatist has convinced him that good poetic plays comes from poets learning to write plays rather than from prose dramatists learning to write poetry. In the modern age, verse drama will become acceptable only when it comes from the pen of those who have already acquired a reputation as poets, and poetic drama is an ideal which is unattainable. Constant exploration and experimentation is necessary for closer and close approximation to this idea. This is a fringe of indefinite feelings which cannot be expressed by the prose dramatist. These feelings can be expressed only by poetic drama at this moment of the greatest intensity. At such moments, dramatic poetry approximates to music to impose order on human actions and feelings, and the designs or order is both of poetry and music. Poetic drama brings us to condition of serenity, stillness, and reconciliation by imposing order upon reality in such a way that we are aware of the order of reality. With this, I conclude. Okay, thank you. Good day.